private librarian for a persnickety antiquarian book collector in London. It was there, feather duster aimed at a leather-bound Sherlock Holmes, that I'd gotten the call. Mom, informing me that she and Dad wanted to retire early and set off on their own book-inspired travels. They hoped to hand over the Book Chalet to a fifth generation of family caretakers, my older sister Meg and me. Only if you really, truly want, Mom had stressed. If I really, truly wanted? After the world's tumultuous years, I was more than ready to come home. I yearned to savor time with Graham and my niece, who'd somehow metamorphosized into a teenager in my absence. Most of all, I really, truly wanted to work with my big sis in my favorite bookshop in the world. I'd been home for about 3 weeks now and was still pinching myself silly. Morgan unbuttoned her voluminous coat. Layers of flapper silk glistened under lasso-length strings of dusky pearls. "Amazing outfit," I said. Here I'd been feeling pretty put together in my nice jeans, cable-knit sweater, and on-time arrival via the best commute in town, down the steep stairs from the loft above the shop. Morgan shimmied, silk and feathers jitterbugging. "Can you guess who I am?" I could. I'd bet my freshly minted library card that Morgan was the star of the day's book, The Sidiford Mystery by Agatha Christie. "Emily Trefusis?" "Yes, Emily, amateur sleuth at your service. Now, where's Ms. Ridge? Has she started yet? I brought props." Ms. Ridge, our indispensable shop assistant, organized mountains of mystery. I hadn't been home for a meeting in years, but I knew Ms. Ridge operated with the precision of a punctilious typesetter. At exactly 8 o'clock, she'd sent me to the lobby to watch for stragglers. In deference to the storm, she was allowing 5 extra minutes for arrival. "She's in the reading lounge," I said. "She'll be starting soon." She'd be counting down the seconds until launch. Morgan frowned at the door, a furry boot tapping like an agitated yeti. On cue, the door whipped open. A young woman stomped inside. Her shoulder dipped under a bag the size of carry-on luggage. She wore a scarf so elaborately knotted it could rig a schooner, along with a look of harassed ennui I recognized from her rare appearances on Shelf Indulgence. "There you are, Renee Claude, finally!" Morgan fussed at her assistant. "Hurry now, we can't miss the murder." I checked that the door was unlocked for any members still trekking through the wintry wonderland. Then I trotted after Morgan and Renee Claude, heedlessly thinking that I didn't want to miss the murder either. At the entrance to the reading lounge, I paused the way I might for a sublime work of art or a stunning vista. Bookshops in general had that effect on me. The lounge was particularly special. It was a sanctuary, a refuge for readers. A bookshelf arched around the opening, filled with covers the colors of a muted rainbow. Light beckoned from the far wall of windows. Pine logs crackled in a river rock fireplace, its chimney flanked by bookshelves rising to meet soaring beams and trusses. I stepped inside. 10 hardy readers sat in a wobbly oval of armchairs. Earlier, 2 members told me they'd snowshoed in. Now that was book club commitment. Morgan and Renee Claude would have brayed the slick hairpin road down. Most members, however, likely took the serene route, the gondola line that glided between our mountainside hamlet and the larger base village down below. The best commute around, after mine. Ms. Ridge held up a book. She sat upright, her spine as straight as her blunt-cut salt-and-pepper bob. "The Sidiford Mystery," she said. Good, I hadn't missed anything. I tiptoed toward my seat between Graham and Meg, but found it taken. The fluffy occupier, Agatha C., as in cat, Christie, slit open a blue eye, assessed me, and slid the eyelid shut. Pretending to sleep? My new roommate was too adorable to begrudge. Even if last night she'd purred into my eardrum and kneaded my scalp, with the aim of overtaking my pillow.